Now, President Obama is heading to Martha's Vineyard, taking a family vacation and taking a break from efforts to sell health care reform to the American public. And with Congress in recess, many members are returning to their home districts where they are getting an earful from their constituents who are upset about the current state of health care reform. Joining us now is Congressman and physician Bill Cassidy of Louisiana. Congressman, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Shannon.
So what are you hearing from your constituents?
My constituents want reform, but they want different reform than this. They kind of intuitively understand that this bureaucratic, top-heavy program is probably not the way to go long-term, particularly when they also read about the cost. They also, when I explain it to them, understand that a different approach, a patient-centered approach, may hit that sweet spot, the reform we need without sacrificing liberty or driving up cost.
Now, what we're hearing from a lot of Republicans is that you haven't had a seat at the table in the various versions that are out there that have been crafted, that are floating around. And now we're hearing both from Democrats and Republicans about the possibility of starting from scratch. Do you think that will really happen?
Well, the American people have spoken. I think I'm in awe, and many of us are, by just how engaged they've been. And so if we say, oh my gosh, they've spoken, what do they want? What they want is something different, then ideally, as representatives of those folks, we will come back and, if not completely start over, somewhat start over to incorporate their concerns.
And of course, all three versions, the three bills we know of in the House, have got the public option included. And that has been a real sparking point for a lot of these folks at the town halls and other discussions. They're very unhappy about that. The Senate says it doesn't have the votes, or at least Republicans, and I think Democrats as well have admitted they don't have the votes for a public option on the Senate side. Is it going to be possible to reconcile these two different versions that come down the pike, or do you think the public option is truly a possibility of being stripped out?
Well, certainly it's a possibility of being stripped out because, again, as representatives of the American people, we're hearing that the American people are concerned about that. So I certainly hope that it's a possibility of being stripped out. What we all fear is that getting something through either chamber is just merely a matter of bringing it back to the back room, where then the will and the work of the few people in the back room will be done to foist upon the American people, again, a top-heavy, bureaucratically controlled product. And I think that's part of the reason of why people are upset. They're afraid that we get something through backroom process, it comes out again, and it'll be something which doesn't represent the will of the American people.
Republican Congressman Bill Cassidy, also a physician, thank you for offering your special insight today.
Thank you, Shannon.
Well, the countdown is on.